when you look at young adults back then, you see a certain young adult and you're like, this one is being on her own. She's doing this for herself. She's doing that, and you're like, I just can't wait to be there. But I feel like I wasted so much time just wishing to be there. I actually forgot to enjoy the moment.
I see a young adult. They look like they have everything, figured out, everything together.
Tell
But
me
not
about it. And then
realizing
you actually get there and you're like, what was I actually thinking? Because you now then.
Hi everyone, this is Mwari. Welcome to Truth in Love, where we show love. Today we have a very interesting topic, which is adulting. We have really been hearing about this word for so long. Adulting, and especially most of us who are coming from university. This is so common in our circle. So, what is an adult? What is adulting? Quite interesting, hey? So, I wouldn't want to give you what I think about it because I have a very special and very amazing young woman who fears and loves the Lord. Her name is Martha Mashina. So, Martha, you are welcome to Truth and Love.
Thank you for having me, Mary. Good afternoon. I am Martha Mashina. I work in the finance industry. I love reading and listening to spoken word. I've been a Christian for roughly 6 years now. It's really an honor to be here today.
Guys, I feel like I'm interviewing myself. Mind you, she said what? She's in the finance department. She loves reading, she loves poetry. Do you know that those are three things that I also like? I literally enjoy that.
They're actually nice to listen to. You get to learn a lot from them.
Quite interesting. So yes, Martha, I have a question. Why finance? Why finance department? Why accounting?
That's a question I don't think I've ever asked myself that question. I feel like I just found myself doing accounting at some point in life. I think when I was choosing a field that I wanted to specialize in back when I was in high school, I considered science, but I didn't really like biology. So science was a no for me. I considered social, but I didn't like geography. So that was also out of the picture. So I was left with commerce, mainly because it's challenging. I have a little bit, I love numbers a little bit, but I think I took it mostly because it was challenging for me. I love challenges.
If you hear her correctly, she said that she loves reading, which is theory. She loves number. And most people think that number and theory can't go together. Guys, I'm trying to prove a point here. Please stop asking me. People ask me, why have I chose two different fields, right? Because I have a degree in English and I'm busy with accounting. So they always wonder, like, why number and theory? How does that go along? Thank you so much for answering that question.
No, I wouldn't say when I read, people always ask me, I love reading, right? But I don't like studying theory. So people always ask, how is that possible? I feel like those are two different things. Reading, mostly because I'm reading too, because I'm actually enjoying it, not because I have to. Well, studying theory, I'm doing it because I don't have a choice. I have to read it in order to pass. I think I wouldn't say those are definitely the same. For me, it's different, but people never understand it.
Alright, no, for me now I'm like wondering, but I also thought it in an academic way. Theory in an academic way is very strict. But in the course that I did, which is English, it's more on literature, more on books and all that. So I get where you're coming from as well. So let's not go that side. We won't finish the conversation. The girl is just here. We will not finish it. Yeah. So Martha, what is adulting in your own opinion? When you hear of the word adulting, what comes to your mind?
When I hear of adulting, I think adulting is mainly defined, for me, it's mainly defined by three things. That would be age, accountability, and responsibility. With age in terms like, I feel like you reach a certain age where you feel like you're an adult. With responsibility, I feel like when you become an adult, your responsibilities towards yourself and others increases, and accountability also, in a sense that every little decision that you make, you have to be accountable, you have to be prepared for the outcome of it. So when you find yourself in a certain situation, you kind of have to wait those decisions out and just know that whatever path you decide to take, you have to deal with the outcome.
So meaning facing your consequences of the decision you make.
Yes.
All right. When did you realize that you're an adult? When did it hit you that, oh wow, I am really an adult?
I can't pinpoint a certain point in time or an event that I realized I was an adult, but I can remember when I usually go home for holidays, believe it or not. I went home one day and my brothers or my younger siblings would give me a list of stationeries they needed for back to school, or I'll be leaving home to go to town and they'll ask me, please make sure that you bring back bread. And I was like, why are they asking me for bread? Because usually I'll be the one asking elders to bring bread when they come back home. So I realized I have also now reached that point where I'm being responsible for them. Because if I'm bringing bread to them, they feel like I am able to do it. But usually back home, there was just a task for the elders. The elders have to make sure this bread is what at home. But now I'm being asked to be responsible for them. So I was like, am I really here now?
By that point now.
Yeah.
Yes. So you would see me looking down. I'm actually having question in my phone right now. So if I look down, it's just that I'm trying to put my house together. Is it house together?
Sounds
All right.
correct.
Sounds correct, right?
Mm.
Yes, we decide. This is how we decide.
It's up to us.
It's up to us. All right. Let me. Okay. You know, I love using this example because for me it reminds me that I'm not young anymore. I'm an adult. You know, when I see kids playing Uma, I always want to jump and play with them, especially if I'm familiar with the kids who are playing. So what is that one thing, right? That one thing that you wish you did when you were young that you can't do now?
I always look back in time during my childhood, and one thing I really wish I did would like just enjoying the moment, being in the moment and just not being so focused on the future, not focused on achieving this and that, not focused on being able to do this and that. I think I spent so much time looking forward being an adult, looking forward to taking responsibilities. You know, when you look at young adults back then, you see a certain young adult and you're like, this one is being on her own, she's doing this for herself, she's doing that, and you're like, I just can't wait to be there. But I feel like I wasted so much time just wishing to be there. I actually forgot to enjoy the moment.
I see. And also, you know, when at that time when you say those are young adults, they look like they have everything, you know, figured out, everything together.
Tell me about it. And then now you actually get there and you're like, what was I actually thinking? Because you now then realize that actually they didn't have anything figured out at all. But I think it's also the same. Maybe people that look up at us now, they think we have it all figured out, but we're just asking ourselves, what actually are we doing?
Yes, exactly. So if you are out there, right? If you are out there and you are looking at this adult or this young adult and you feel like they figured everything out and you are there somehow confused, somehow feeling like there's something wrong with you or something, maybe you are not doing everything right, just know that most of us, I'm not speaking on behalf of those people who feel or think that they have figured everything out. Most of us, we have not yet figured it out. It's like we grow as we go, right? So just try to have a growth mindset and work on what you have and try to improve on a daily basis. No one has figured it out.
Yeah, I think it's more of a thing of a trial and error. You're still just trying it and learning as we go. You know, I think even when you're in university and you're looking at people that are graduating or graduated maybe a year before, and they're now working, and you're just like, I just can't wait to finish school. I just can't wait to be there. And then you just forget to be in the moment, actually just enjoying it. And then you get to miss that, not being able, not having a lot of responsibilities, not being too accountable. Everybody's holding you accountable for every little thing you do. Just being you, depending on your parents also. Because now when you become an adult, you are independent. Everything is relying on you.
Yes, very much. Everything is on you. There's no this, there's no that, like, I thought you were the one who is the mother, not me.
You're not going to depend on your mom to text her and say, Mother, please send me money for cab money or whatnot. If you chop that money, you have to figure it out.
Yes. Talking about that, like now we have to figure it out. You help out here and there, and you know you are living on your own and all that. What is that one thing that you say, if I didn't do this, right, I would have not been here, or if I didn't do this, I would not be this responsible, this, I would not have what I enjoy right now. What is that one thing that you would thank yourself for? Your younger self, to be precise.
I think one thing that I thank my younger self for is actually being open-minded and curious self. I was very curious. I was always willing to learn. I was always willing to listen from elders, speaking from their experiences, and I was always picking that up. I didn't know I would find it useful then, but I was always listening. And I remember I grew up with my great grandmother, and she would always like tell those stories of how you should be, how you expect life to be, and all that. I really listened, and I really thank myself for that. Like just being curious, because I would go around asking questions. I was the type of person that you tell me A should be A, and I would ask why, because I wanted to fully understand. And I feel like that has really helped me to be where I am now. Also being open-minded, I feel like it has helped me to relate to different people from different backgrounds, from people with different stories. I think that really has helped me.
All right. I see listening from people. That is growth mindset. So we'll call that you had a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset.
Yes.
So it's important to have a growth mindset than a fixed mindset.
Yes.
All right. I'm learning here with you.
I think we are all learning.
We are all learning.
Yes.
Learning, hey? Oh, I almost say. Never mind. Yes. No, that's quite interesting. The question that I had is, you said you love reading, right?
Yes.
So what is one book that you have read and you say, thank God I read this book?
I think that's a difficult question, actually. Asking me to just mention one book that I have, because I've read so many books and I have loved them all. So that's a difficult question. But I would say, for Christians, I would recommend Disappointments with God. It's a book by Fela PNC. It answers questions of where is God when you had, when sometimes you're going through something in life and you just feel like God is not there. That book helps you see a perspective, like God is always there. So it helps you understand much better. And I would also recommend a book, Tuesday with Boris, an old man, a young man, and love greatest lessons. It focuses on, it's like a young man that is having lessons from an old man that is on his deathbed. It focuses on faith, it focuses on love, it focuses on religion. And I think one thing that I took from that book is that we know that we are going to die. It says, although we know that death is inevitable, we live as though we don't believe it.
All right. What is the last book's name again?
Tuesdays with Morris, an old man, a young man, and life greatest lessons.
All right. So, let's go back to the top. What area do you think you have really grown in?
I would say, like, the finance part. I feel like growing up, life kind of like forced me to grow in that, because you have responsibilities. Even though you earn an income, finances are never enough. You never get to a point where you feel like you really have enough. So you have to learn to manage them with budget, saving, and all that, so that you make sure that you're still able to help yourself and also help those around you. Not sacrificing certain things, but prioritizing the most important ones. because like when you were still young, you can have money, and the first thing that comes to you, it can be sweets, it can be you just want ice cream or you just want pizza, and you just go and get it, not thinking if you have it tomorrow, or maybe you need money to go to school, because even if you spend it, you can always just call your dad, call your cousin, I need money to go to school. But when you become an adult, you have to make sure that you prioritize what is important. You can want a sweet, but if you remember there's no rice at home, then you have to forgo the sweet so that you can go and buy rice. Or you can want to go out and chill with friends, but then rent is due to be paid. So you have to prioritize the most important things and forgo less important ones.
Yeah, I was just right now thinking about shows. You know, when there's a gospel show somewhere, we used to like fly there, when you're in the city, just like fly, go enjoy it. But now it's like, okay, this is taxing money, this is for grocery, this is for rent. No, there's no show here.
That's
responsibility. Stay at home.
I think it's also because back then you get money from your parents, from your cousins, or your older siblings, and if they don't give you that money, you'll be like, but that aunt is so bad. Why couldn't they just give me money to go? But now that you're actually using your own money, you understand like, no, but I have other important things, so this one have to slide for now.
Yeah, no, it's really quite true. Hey, we have really been here for a while. Thank you so much for watching till this far. If you didn't subscribe yet, please don't forget to do so and press the thumb up or even thumb down. But if you press the thumb down, tell us why in the comment, because you have to have opinion. Before we let this beautiful young woman go, I would want her to give us a recommendation, right, of her life, I don't know what I want to say. I want to say not lifestyle, but lifelong advice book, right? A book that you must carry wherever you are, or the book that is very important for your life. What is that one book? You love reading, right? What is that one book that you say that without this book, guys, I don't see where your life will go?
Without that book, I think besides one of the most important books, besides the Bible, of course, I would recommend Miracle Morning. It's a life-changing book. I don't think you can read that book and still the same. You have to change certain habits. It's challenging, it's inspiring, and it's motivating. I would recommend you check it out. It's a very short book, so check it out. I'm sure you'd love it.
But you know what? We don't trust those people who read short books. Might not even be short. How many pages does it have?
I'm talking about 200 pages here.
200 pages, guys. 200 pages. But anyways, for me it is short. But I'm thinking of people like, I will not mention names. They know themselves. So it's literally looking at me right now, but I'm not mentioning names. Anyways, thank you so much, Martha, for taking your time to be here with us and to open our eyes in areas that we didn't know, and especially talking about this topic. And it was really a mouthful to speak to you and to hear from you. Personally, I have really truly learned a lot. Especially the area of the starting and the reading, basically. I will go look out for those books, and we are also going to put the title of the books in the description below. Yes, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure being here.
All right.